There is a darkness upon the sea. These tranquil islands betray the horrors that have unfolded here. And a constant state of war has spawned a new breed of outlaw. The pirates. But fouler things than men plague these waters. Hordes of undead. Ships of bone and flesh. Nameless terrors lurking in the deep. But not the devil himself can save a man from his own greed. Pirate Borg.
Kitty with some of the fish smoked meats, and you have a familiar now. And nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Familiar?
Yeah. What was it? The admiral, the zombie admiral that we ran off. Well, he didn't run off. He stuck around and attached himself to Enid. Not really, but he's out there somewhere watching us so we don't raid his territory again.
All right. Let's see here.
When he comes back, I'll be ready.
Well, the way he departed seemed like, hey, there's some negotiation in here.
Arr.
Loyalty strings, I'm sure he's part of the Brethren, so he needs to be nice to us.
In true Pirate Borg fashion, I am wearing my trusty bicorn. If y'all can see it in the video chat.
Ah, there you are. Awesome.
Now, I wonder if Wes Marches, when we play in Discord, I was like, in Cabin Fever, they have that house rule where, if you dress up or wear a hat, you get like something. I wonder if they'll have that in West Marches, because I'll wear my my pirate hat during West Marches.
Two of my players busted out guitars and started playing guitar, so
Oh, that's awesome too.
it was a very jolly time. When we played last, I have my Pirate Borg shirt on right now. Acha, it's cold in this room now.
I keep meaning to get the hoodie. I keep forgetting to snag it up.
This time of year, I need a hoodie at all moments. I'm wearing the Pirate Borg swag.
All right, the Dark Caribbean. So the pirates find themselves in Black Coral Bay and Coral Town. The climate shifts, skies darken, storm rages, and a foul mist is present. The pirates have returned with all the items that they need for the ship in the bottle. They were able to collect the sails, the rusted anchor, and surprisingly the mast, which the Doctor has been carrying this whole time.
Glad he didn't break it.
So the pirates are in Coral Town right now. They've gathered all their items. And the severed hand thing, as we'll call him, as the pirates are sitting in the tavern, they're all sitting around the table. And last I remember, Thing had attached himself to the mast. And while they're inside the tavern, Thing jumps off of the mast and lands directly in the middle of the table. And he's doing his little flex thing. It's kind of like popping his knuckles and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, he starts pointing in the same direction of the witch doctor. the witch doctor who sent you out to find these items.
Oh, jeez.
And and Thing is kind of pounding, a fist on the table and making the pointing notion like he's urging the pirates that they need to go see the witch doctor.
I'm gonna with the here we go again sort of what is it? Apathy. Apathetic glare. I'm going to start shuffling towards the witch doctor. Like, I dread what's going to happen next. But
while the pirates are watching, Thing
here.
Whoop. I'm sorry, Bill.
Oh, go ahead. That was all.
I was just saying, while you're doing your little shuffle thing and all the rest of the pirates are watching the beer, Bell comes up with a round of drinks for the pirates. So each pirate is getting a mug of the tavern's finest rum, which is still just barely over grog. It's a dark Caribbean. There is no such thing as fine rum.
Fine rum. Everybody calls their rum fine. I raise mine to Bell and say, "Thank you, lass."
Bell turns and looks at you. And she looks at you like very surprised that all you pirates have been able to collect all the items. And she comes over to the table and she goes, "Let's hope this saves the dark Caribbean. I believe in you, pirates." And she takes the empty drinks and walks back to behind the bar.
All right. Well, I took that cursed piragua to a lady like the Swamp Witch, and she fixed my boat so I don't have to sing every time I sail it. And you know about how I am with magic people, so I'm in. Everybody want to go visit the witch?
Yes, I think so.
I'm willing. Kitty needs a walk.
After this big mug.
So the pirates get up as a group. And they go to walk outside of the tavern. And it is high noon right now. And you would think that it's midnight with how dark it is. The sun hasn't been seen in months. Just seems to get darker and darker and darker, and the rain colder. And the fog in the air even has a chill of its own. You see a few people in the streets and they're just walking around hopeless. Like they feel the end is coming and they've pretty much just given up on everything. The pirates make their way to the edge of town to the trail through the jungle where the pirates encountered the jaguars. And since the pirates have already made this trip once, they're able to go through the jungle. And they show up at the witch doctor's hut. But it's exactly as you left it. When you first got to the witch's hut, there was light inside. You could tell like the witch doctor had been living there. But when she disappeared last time, the whole place seemed like it had been abandoned for years, like, almost like you changed dimensions almost. And when you return to the hut is still in the same condition. There's no lights on, there's moss growing over everything. You can tell no one's entered or left the building since the last time the crew was there.
Oh wait, do we still have that hands that that hand that points the way?
Yes, Thing has been accompanying you since the witch doctor gave it to you. At the moment, Thing is riding on Smokebeard's shoulder, and he's pointing at the hut.
Smokebeard looking up at the hut, looking under it. Well, let's go knock on her door again. How do you want the honors?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So we climb. I climb up to the door and I look at Thing and say, "You want to knock for us?"
Thing leaps from your shoulder, and there's an old door knocker on this old wooden door, and Thing starts banging, boom, 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 and nothing happens. Thing drops to the ground, and kind of like a dog or a cat waiting for somebody to open the door, he's ready to go inside, but no one has answered the door.
All right. So
I'm
I'll
willing to
turn the
trust a
knob
creepy
and
hand.
Bonk
push
the door.
open and usher Thing in.
So as you crack open the door makes a squeaking sound. And Thing runs right into the dark. You lose sight of him. He just disappears into the shadows. The cabin has a very musty smell to it. Much more musty than the swamps themselves are. Again, it doesn't look like there's been any of the lanterns or fireplace lit in years from the looks of everything. When you enter the room, there's the table in the center of the room, and along the four walls are shelves of books, weird random items like a jar full of eyeballs, a skull with a dagger through it, and like an old mandolin hanging from the wall.
I'll walk around and kind of examine things, watching Thing for any indication from him of what we need to be doing.
Things disappeared into the
anything.
Thing has disappeared
just
into the
here, I can't
shadows.
find
You don't know where he went.
Okay. Okay. All right. So just walk around looking for him. I look back at everybody else like, come on in, have a seat.
Yeah, I'll walk in and take a look around. Is there a seat I can sit in?
There's a seat. There's five chairs at the table, one for each crew member, and then one will remain empty. And on the table is a lantern and a bunch of like chicken bones and lizard tails and rat claws, stuff like that. And in the center of the table is a lantern.
It's probably of magical origin. I say we should turn it on.
All right, wizard, go for it.
Hobble over and I'll see if I can turn on the lantern.
Well, Smokebeard was talking to Ina, but okay, we got two magic people. That's good.
I don't mind.
Better for us.
I'm more interested in my cat. What your cat is since.
All right, so who's going to lean over and light the lantern?
Oh, I can.
Alistair? Okay.
Yep.
So describe, it's very dark in there. You can see the lantern. Describe how Alistair would reach over and light the lantern.
I just kind of like fumble in my pockets for like a flint and steel or a match or a strike stick or something, and kind of like fumble towards the table, and because it's really dark in here, right?
Right, it's dark.
Yeah. So then I would just try and make my way to the table and just feel for it, and then just kind of by feel try and light it.
Okay. As you're fumbling on the table, trying to reach over to the lantern, you feel something run up your sleeve. You're not quite sure what it is, but you definitely know something just ran up the sleeve of your shirt.
I'll yell, "Thing, is that you?" And I'll try and like swipe at it and get whatever it is off of me.
All right. And you're successful in lighting the lantern. As soon as you light the lantern, a blue flash appears. And then all of a sudden, the cabin is back to life, just as it was when you first came there. And sitting in the empty chair is the witch doctor with Thing sitting on her shoulder. And it was like she was sitting there the whole time, but until you lit the lantern, it looked empty and deserted for years. But now that the lantern's lit, and the lantern's giving off like a blue light, and you see the witch doctor sitting there, and she's like, she says she's sitting there looking at the pirates, like, again, like I said, she was sitting there the whole entire time just watching everybody's move and whatnot. And she leans forward and takes a cup of swamp tea that she had on the table, and she takes a sip from it and sets it back down on the table. And she goes, "Pirates, I see you be collecting the quest items. I see you've collected everything. And a doctor, I see you find out you've been carrying the mask the whole time."
I think she went with us.
So you be knowing the nature of this curse then, eh?
Oh, I be knowing. The question is whether or not you want to know.
We thank you for welcoming us into your home, witch. Perhaps we can help out with dinner a little bit.
Oh, what do you be serving?
What do you think, Captain? Some of the new and improved recipe?
Of course. Would you like some fine smoked meats?
Fine smoked meats? I don't think I've ever had no fine smoked meats. But yes, I'd like to try one of your fresh smoked meats.
Yeah. I select one that's just perfect, just right, still not too dry, and hand it over to her.
And she takes it from your hands.
You feel good?
She takes it from your hands and she kind of smells it. And then she hands it over to Thing. Thing grabs it with his 2 fingers and scurries off with it. I got to be taking care of my pets first. And Thing disappears into the shadows again with the smoked meats. What he does with it, nobody knows. Now let's get down to business.
Do you need another one, or?
No, darling, I'm good. Thank you for your offer and for your hospitality. Now let's get down to business. You've brought these quest items to me, and now I will tell you what you need to do with them. And she stands up and she starts walking around the table around all the crew members. And she stops at a shelf and she pulls off a sextant off the wall. And this sextant is made of copper. And if you've ever seen like the Statue of Liberty, when copper gets really oxidized, it turns like a green color. And that's the color of this sextant. This is like that copper corroded green color. And she places it in the middle of the table. This will take you where you need to go. Most of the time, this tells you where you are. But in this case, this will tell you where you need to go. You need to go out into the dark Caribbean, out into the ocean where no pirates gone before. Once you've reached this destination, you can combine the 3 artifacts you have with the ship and the hull in the bottle. But let me warn you, pirate. This may have major power. Power you may not be able to control. Power this world may not be able to control. And I will leave it up to you to choose if you're worthy or not to activate that power and see what the outcome is. She sets it down in front of the table, right in front of Smokebeard. She knows, like, Smokebeard's the captain. He's the big pirate in charge. And she goes back and sits down at her chair, and Thing emerges from the shadows. The freshly smoked meat is gone, but it looks like there's barbecue all over his Thing's fingers. Like he somehow or another consumed it. And now he has sticky barbecue fingers.
He needed it.
Wait, is the rest of the thing inside the witch's other world?
What's that? What's the question?
So you live in another world, witch. So does the rest of your skeleton live over there?
My skeleton's right here in front of you, covered in mostly water, bones, and skin.
Gross. And I'm just gonna keep eating. No, I was talking about the thing. You're familiar.
Oh, Thing. Oh, he's just a old customer that I caught stealing. He was stealing from me, so I taught him a lesson he would never forget. And I acquired Thing as a little memento memory for the occasion.
It kind of seems like bad juju to me, but
Bad juju?
I'm not.
The dark Caribbean is full of bad juju.
I'm not casting judgment or anything. And I'm going to keep eating my food.
Thing jumps onto the table and starts pouring people more swamp water.
Delicious.
And he's taking the glasses and he's pushing the glasses right in front of you, and his barbecue fingers are getting in the swamp tea with it. You know, it's Thing. He doesn't care about hygiene or anything like that.
Not a lot he can do about it either. So
Not his fault.
I'll take my swamp tea and down it.
Yeah,
Is
I'll
there any
take my
leftover
swamp
food I
tea and
can feed my cat?
I'll chew my swamp tea down. It's like, just as chunky as last time.
Yeah, chew your tea down.
Just
That's
like Grandma
right.
used to make.
And once the pirates, they're full on their swamp tea and finish eating their dinner, their rations. The witch doctor stands up and goes, "Now go, pirates. Go to where this sexton sends you to. But again, take warn. You may not be able to harness the power that you're about to discover. And think about the others. You may be unleashing something the world is not ready to see." And with that, the flame goes out. She disappears. The cabin becomes dark and musty again, like nobody's been living there for such a long time. And Thing is left on the table. And this time, Thing runs over to Alistair, and Alistair has his hands on the table, and Thing shimmies up his sleeve, going after whatever climbed up his sleeve earlier. Describe that feeling, Alistair, of Thing like shooting up your sleeve. He might have had to step away for a minute. So Thing comes squirreling. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say while we're waiting to see Smokebeard, all the weird stuff that happened. He's just shaking his head and chuckling. And the last thing she does is disappear, and he goes, "I just love this magic stuff. Wish I could do it."
Anyone can learn.
Oh, I don't know if I want to try that, but I love watching it. I love being around it.
All right.
Oh no.
Did you make it back, Brandon, or are you still AFK? It's all right. It's all good. So Thing comes running out of his sleeve, and he pulls a snake out of Alistair's sleeve. And the snake is a purple snake. It's not like a normal snake that you would see in the Caribbean. And the Thing is there on the table, and he's pinching the snake down. And he's kind of like, while he's pinching the snake down, he's kind of making other finger movements at Alistair to see if Alistair's paying attention to Thing and the purple snake that he pulled out of his sleeve.
He said he's got mic issues, so he can hear us.
Oh, he can hear us, but mic issues? No problem.
Yeah.
Yes. Very good, Bill. All right, let's see here. So Alistair notices Thing trying to get his attention, and Alistair leans over to examine this purple snake. And right as Alistair examines the snake, Thing breaks its neck. And when Thing breaks its neck, the snake turns into a pendant. And Thing is kind of scooting it over to Alistair to pick up, to take on his person. And it's a purple snake pendant. And let's see here, a purple snake pendant. I tried bookmarking all these pages. Let's see here. Bear with me 1 second, guys. There we go.
You're good.
Okay, purple snake pendant.
You guys hear me?
Yep, hear you now.
Yeah.
There you are.
Hey, sorry. I don't know what happened. Suddenly my mic disconnected. I could hear you guys, but it just stopped working.
It's all good. So with this purple snake pendant, you learn an arcane ritual, the Black Spot, which allows you... Let's see, let me get back to it. Name a human you have seen. Let's see. Name a human you have seen. They must test DR12 or die within D8 days once you use the pendant. But this particular pendant has a one-time use only, though.
Who was that for?
That's for you.
Okay, cool.
What that thing you felt go up your sleeve was a snake, and the thing ran up your sleeve and retrieved it and came back out with it. And then when he broke its neck, it turned into the pendant.
Well, thank you, Thing, for helping me out.
Anything gives you a big thumbs up.
Sorry about that.
You're good, dude. You're good. No problem. Okay, crew. What do you want to do now?
Well, everybody ready for a trip? The ship is supplied.
Absolutely.
Got what I need from town. If anybody needs to stop for anything, otherwise, I'll see you at the Rosaria, and we'll head out.
Do we have?
Sounds like a plan.
Do we have a full crew and maybe a cartographer on board who can help us map where we're going?
Smokebeard, what's the? I know your ship's not real big, but is there like a minimum crew on it?
It has 5 crew members, Claude and my captain that takes care of the boat when I'm not there. He becomes
Quartermaster
when I get back on board. But the boat itself is 45 feet long.
Okay.
It's a big giant tree that was hollowed out. The piraguas came from sizes to canoes up to 60 feet.
The massive piragua.
Well, it's a little over mid-sized piragua. I didn't want to go crazy. Did y'all see? Where did I put that picture? There. Scroll up.
I don't remember.
And I put some little people in the picture to show you kind of a rough size. So it's wide and 45 feet long. And it's 2 lateen sails. So we got room
this one.
for us. We got a crew, and I've got Claude and my first mate.
A question for Heb: Is there anybody in our crew / in town that will be able to chart a course back once we go where we're going?
Well, see, you don't know exactly where you're going yet.
Yeah. So for that sort of journey, is there a navigator that can get us back after we go wherever we're going to parts unknown?
So there's basic navigation on the ship. So there is somebody with a compass and a normal sextant to read the skies and to be able to navigate.
Well, we prepare as best we can for a journey out off of the map, basically, and we'll bring extra parchment so that we can make a bigger map.
Chart the unknown.
Arr. All right, so the crew's back in Coral Town. You've all met at the docks. If there's any kind of purchases you need to make in town or need to stop and use the restroom real quick, when you guys are ready, you can load up on the ship, and then Smokebeard can give orders to set sail.
He runs in the tavern to grab a drink of their finest rum, and then takes it to go. Walks out to the ship, tells Claude and Martine, "Get it ready. We're casting off soon."
So little did you know, you went into the bar to buy the finest rum in town. And really, it's just some grog that Jacob Brown had been brewing in the back with whatever little bits of supplies are left in Coral Town. You know, they don't have fine sugars or anything like that, so he's using anything he can to extract sugars from to make his grog. But it is some rough stuff, let me tell you.
That's disgusting.
In the future, they would call it diesel.
I'll force them into the hold of the ship so it'll fly better across the waves.
Can I get 2 of those medical kits? Is that possible?
I'll let you carry 1 medical kit because
Okay, that's fine.
the Dark Caribbean is in really rough shape. Supplies are hard to come by. Like they can't even make normal rum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's do this. Roll me presence, and if you get a DR12 or better, you're able to purchase a medical kit.
Oh, I got a 12.
12. All right, you got the last one in town. It's missing a few items, but
That's good enough for what we need
it's
it
all
for.
you can get.
Take it. How much is that?
So that since it's the last one in town, I think they're normally what, 15 silver? 15 pieces of 8. Let's see here. Let's say it's 25 because it's the last one in town. There's price gouging going on. This is pirates.
Okay.
So 25 pieces of 8 for that medical kit missing a few items.
Hey, Tim, should we give this guy a reverse shakedown for being a capitalist? What do you think? You got a jaguar arm, I got a crab arm.
I also have a jaguar.
I'll back you up.
God.
It's your call. Are you guys gonna shake them down?
Hey,
I'm on the boat sipping my grog, waiting on y'all. So have
Who are
fun,
we
but
shaking
hurry
down?
up.
Sorry, we're not shaking down one of our crew, are we?
I'll just say, it's
No.
fine. It's the last
It's
one.
It's a salesman that gouged Alistair.
So the salesman takes one of the
Oh,
pieces
we
of
have
8.
beef. Okay, yeah, I'm down. I'm drunk enough for this.
Yeah.
Tell Ina you have beef, bro. She will handle it. My suture needle got upgraded. It's D6 damage now. Come the fuck here.
Oh, nice.
Flash that claw at him.
So I flashed my claw tattoo and my stormcloud tattoo at him.
I give him a wave with my jaguar paw. Pet my jaguar, because it's not going to not be beside me. I will ride this jaguar everywhere if possible.
I'll just say, leave the man be. It's fine. And
I
then,
show him
like, I just jingle my coin pouch. Like, I have over 200 silver, so I'm genuinely not concerned.
And while you all are talking it over, the salesman's taking one of those pieces of 8. And you know how, like in the cartoons, like where you'd see like a pirate or a gold digger sit there and like bite into it to see if it's real or not? You see him do
Yeah.
that, and like 5 of his teeth break and fall out of his mouth. And he looks up at you and just grins with D6 left teeth.
Oh no. 2d20 minus 6.
Yeah.
Well, this
silver.
poor sucker has lost enough body parts today.
So that your silver is now a weapon if you can get him to bite your silver.
Yeah, there you go.
You better learn
To
to
the Jaguars.
charge lower rates during leaner times. And I'll storm off.
All right, so everybody boarded in the ship?
Yeah, I see him
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's get on.
coming. That's all right.
Here,
Get
kitty,
ready to
kitty.
cast off. Let's go.
Once the crew's aboard, Smokebeard, give your orders to shove off.
All right. Captain Rivas, put to sea.
Aye, Captain.
Yeah.
have some upgrades to my boat.
Captain Smoke, I may or may not have told people where we're trying to go.
Thought we were waiting on the. Well, we're just heading out of Black Coral Bay. It's
I mean,
it's up
it
to
just
the
now
hand.
occurs to me. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have been telling everybody. But I suppose we're the only one with a sextant, right?
Right. Yeah, we have the green sextant.
Yeah, the copper tarnished green sexton.
So we're standing on the back deck, and I hold it up and kind of turn, looking through it as if it was a good one that would work normally. Let's see what happens.
So as you look through the sextant, you realize there's one problem. You need to be able to see the stars to use the sextant. And in your current place in the ship, the skies are just dark and overcast. You're unable to see through the clouds and the darkness to see any stars.
So I hold it up and look at Thing and shrug my shoulders. Got any ideas, Shorty?
Thing starts pointing out into open water, saying you need the track, basically telling you just need to keep going in the direction, in this direction. And he's pointing, let's see, due east.
Right. So I tell Martine to hold this course till we find some stars.
All right, 6 hours have passed. The skies haven't cleared up at all yet. And a matter of fact, it's starting to rain now. It's early evening time. If pirates were to have a clock, it'd be early evening. But again, the sun hasn't been seen in months, so it's kind of hard to tell whether it's day or night. But your body naturally has that feeling like, you're probably getting into the evening time now.
So I'm playing with the sextant, kind of rubbing it like, is it like a magic lamp? We have to activate it.
And as you rub it, nothing happens other than you get some green copper dust on your hands.
I'm turning green.
Like a genie lamp.
Yeah, you're turning green now.
I look at all my magic crew. Does anybody want to take a shot with this thing? Well, it needs power. It needs something besides just the stars.
The crew's just kind of wandering around the deck.
Yeah, I can give it a
I'm talking
try.
about my compatriots who are magic people. My crew's not magic. They're practical.
I say, let me have a look at that.
All right, and I usher you up to the bow. Let's get forward, get up in the bow, where we get clear of sails and everything, and then see what we can do. I'm watching and waiting for the magic.
I take a look at it, fiddle around with it, poke it a few times, and I hold up in front of the skull I have, and I whisper to it and kind of turn my back to everybody. I was like, "Do you know how to use one of these?" And can I take a look at it and just see if there's anything magical I can determine about it?
While you're going over to examining the sextant, all of a sudden you feel like a bump in the ship. Like, not like you've hit land or a reef or a rock or anything like that, but it sounds like something just struck the hull.
Mobeard
That's
looks
good.
around and hollers out, "Check the sides, boys. Check the sides. Find out what that was."
I almost spilt ink on my map, and I say, "Blackbeard's ghost."
Did we run aground?
No, we're still moving.
Moments later, you feel another bump coming from the other side of the ship.
Oh, goody. Do I see? Can I look over, see anything in the water? Hold tightly to
Sure.
the railing.
Give me a presence check.
Oh yeah.
So you do see something in the water. You can see a shadowy object. Can't quite make out what it is. But it's long. It's not quite as long as the ship is, but it's a decent sized creature.
Alrighty. Sea beast incoming, folks. That's not little.
I holler at the crew to arm themselves and prepare to repel whatever this is.
All of a sudden, there's another thump. And then moments after that, another thump. Almost like something's like attacking the bottom of the boat, or, it's like trying to get in your boat, but from the bottom.
Oh, goody.
All of a sudden, I had the page. So one of the crew members yells out, "Captain! Captain! Shark! Big shark!"
Oh, goody.
And points off the port side.
I holler at him to man the swivel guns.
So the ship's basically red alert. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, suddenly I got like Sea of Thieves vibes.
Let's see here. I'm almost. Okay. Found it. So as the crew's arming the swivel guns and everything, you're still feeling pounding on the bottom of the ship. But the pounding is coming from the starboard side this time. And it seems to be focused on the starboard side. One of Smokebeard's crew walks over to the edge to see what he can see. And out of nowhere, he is just ripped off the boat by this giant undead megalodon
Ah!
named Bruce.
Bruce.
I'm not sure if anybody caught the reference.
Yeah.
It's the infamous Bruce the Megalodon shark.
Shark bait. Ooh ha ha.
I thought you were in a program for this.
Said we
And that smoke
Clear,
to run to the nearest swivel gun on the starboard side and aim it at the megalodon before he disappears and fire.
Okay, so you're gonna take a shot at him?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Go ahead and roll your attack. So you're gonna use a swivel gun?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, roll your attack.
So it's D20 plus.
And that's a
plus
hit.
6. All right. So it's why didn't that go? There we go.
All right.
So that's a swivel gun shot.
You hit him for 2 damage. It barely phases him. Like you can see where the shot went right into him, and there's a little puff of smoke that comes out of the hole where it went in, but he's unfazed. But he does take 2 damage.
All right, so we got 5 more of those. Somebody reload this gun.
Aye, Captain.
We got plenty of crew for that. Y'all get your weapons and attack.
Oh, so you said there's 5 swivel guns on this thing?
There's 6 on there, and I fired 1, so there's 5 more.
Oh, well, there it is. Okay. Pew 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 pew. There any harpoon guns on this thing?
Nope, just swivel guns.
Okay. Suzanne, I miss.
All right, the doctor's attack miss.
My heart.
Sin, are you gonna take a shot?
Yeah, I'll take a shot.
All right.
I don't want to harm one of these noble creatures.
It's just,
Undead or no. Whether it's a zombie or not.
We're all gonna die.
Probably, but that's okay. What's ranged again? Is it agility?
Presence.
Present.
So yeah, roll your attack first. Yep. 4. It's a miss.
Oof.
Yeah.
I'll try and hop on one and shoot at it too.
All right. Go ahead and roll for your attack.
Oh,
Miss.
yep. I've never done this before.
Let's see. Is everybody taking a shot? You fired first, right,
Yeah,
Smokebeard?
Yeah, I fired a swivel gun.
And then when we had 3 misses.
There's 4 of us, right?
Yeah.
So,
All right. So the
I
shark.
feel like we keep on shooting. I don't know why we wouldn't.
The shark goes to take a bite out of the ship.
all right.
Now your ship. Let's see. Is there a defense roll on the ships in naval combat?
I don't know.
No, you're just rolling the hit 12, I think.
Oh yeah, I hit. Okay, so let's see here.
If you wanted us to roll something, we could roll armor. Or you could just roll armor at the same time as you roll damage.
Okay, so let's see. We're gonna roll a d12. So the megalodon comes up to the opposite side where he yanked the crew member off of, and comes above the water and just takes a big bite at the side of the boat and does 7 damage to the hull. Does your boat have any armor?
Let's see. Got it here on this page. Yeah, hull is D2, minus D2.
Minus D2? Okay, so go ahead and roll a D2. So it bites onto your ship, but it's not able to take a bite out of it. The shark's kind of stuck there now, though, because he came over and just bit your ship, and now he's stuck to the ship. He's shaking all frantically. You know, the ship is shaking. Crew members are falling overboard.
Is it our turn now?
Yes.
Okay. So I run over to one side where I can see him, and I train my musket on him. And fire.
That actually hits.
Plus 6. I got +6 to that, right? I don't know if I programmed that in there. Yes, I did. Okay, cool. All right. He was disabled, stuck to my ship.
Being that the shark has bitten onto the ship and now the shark is stuck, his DR is dropped because he can't go anywhere. He's kind of like stuck there. So let's see here. So he takes 6 damage.
Was this a ship scale fight or a personnel scale fight for this round?
For what's happening right now, like it started as ship, but now that the shark is stuck, now it's personal.
Now it's personal.
Now it's personal. All right. So, okay. So let's see here. Let me make an adjustment. -6. All right. The doctor, you're up. So at this point, you don't have to use swivel guns. The shark is stuck on the side of the ship. You can attack it melee, any kind of character damage or anything like that.
I'm gonna shed a tear at trying because I feel bad trying to slay this beautiful creature, but then I hit it with my broken mass.
Do the schmiggity smack, you're under attack maneuver.
He's under attack.
Well, that was underwhelming.
Yeah.
I get like knocked back by a thing.
It still hits though, but you only do 2 damage.
Oh, it still hits even with an 8. Nice.
Yeah.
10 usually to hit. So.
Yeah, no. With this, the DR is 8 right now because he's
But it's
he's
chopped
stuck.
onto the boat still, yeah?
Yeah, he's still he's stuck on, like attached to the boat. He can't shake himself loose because he bit so hard. All his teeth have sunken into the wood, and now he's stuck.
Can I shoot it in the eye?
You can.
Absolutely.
That's where I'd like to aim.
After the shot with my musket, I turned and handed it to Claude and said, "Reload." As part
Reload.
Part of my
That's so
sulfur, I can
great.
have an ally reload my weapon while I'm doing something else.
Oh, that's cool. Alright, I want to try and shoot it with my flintlock. What do I roll for that again?
Flintlock. So you roll your attack and then whatever the damage for the flintlock is. So you would roll your presence because of the flintlock's range.
Is a 14 hit?
And you hit. Matter of fact, you
Yes.
do hit him in the eye.
Wonderful. And that's 2d4. Oh, why did you roll that much?
For 7 damage.
7 damage.
Nice.
As you shoot the shark in its eye, it's really ripping apart, trying to rip itself apart from the ship.
Yeah, I bet.
Let's see here. Minus. All right. Alistair, I believe it's your turn.
Yeah. I missed the beginning part of it, but what was the ritual that I gained?
The ritual that you gained was the black spot.
Okay.
I don't have it handy, but it's basically you test roll spirit, and a human you can think of dies in D8 days, I believe what it was.
Okay. I'll look it up, but I think for now, yeah. I'll probably just cast Deadhead again at it. I'll be gone, foul beast, back to the depths with you. And that is spirit. Oof, that's negative. So
Oh no.
Do you want to use
Fail the
Devil's
cast.
Luck, or you want to hold on to your Devil's Luck?
Can I give Devil's Luck?
You can give Devil's Luck, absolutely.
Not back to back, so don't sweat it.
Okay.
Throw a Devil's Luck at you and go, hit it again.
So, all right, do you
thank
want to
you.
use the Devil's Luck and make that an 8 to where that's a successful hit, and then use your...
Yeah, it's his call what he wants to do.
Yeah. How do you want to use your Devil's Luck?
Yeah, I'll make sure that it actually hits.
Okay. So go ahead and roll damage. Because an 8 hits.
I am. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what it was. I'm pulling out my PDF quick. I apologize.
You're good.
Okay, there we go. 2d4. Okay, that's what I thought. For 3. Yeah.
3, all right.
Keep adding on.
Yeah.
And I think, Bill, did you take a hit already, or... I think it might be your turn, Bill.
Oh, this is round 3?
Oh, no. All right, so we haven't started on round 3 yet.
We haven't finished it. Yeah.
I swung and missed twice.
Okay, gotcha.
No, but thanks for asking.
Sin, roll me a d6.
Okie
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
How do I just roll a regular dice in this game again?
Circle at the bottom and then select it. The D6
Oh, right.
Circle again.
It's kind of an intimidating button, but that's the button. That's the button.
Yeah, Limithron made it scary to touch it.
All right, so the shark is unable to break free. So we're going to go through another round of attacks again.
Ah,
All right.
Ooh.
Bill, you're up.
I hadn't gone yet. Either time.
Oh, you didn't go to the last one?
Did Smoke miss
Let's see,
around?
I shot a swivel gun, I shot my musket.
yeah. So round 3.
Yeah, so we're on
back to
round 3 now.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I thought we had another one in there. Go ahead.
Shazam.
You asked for it. I'm going to shoot a lightning bolt at him.
Very nice. And that hits.
I used up one of my tattoo uses for the day.
Describe your
somebody's-
lightning strike.
For 14 damage, actually. D12 plus 2.
Describe how your lightning hits the shark.
In a somewhat, Norse fashion, I'm going to hold my anchor aloft and then summon a lightning bolt down from the sky.
So as your lightning bolt hits the shark, it's just like your typical cartoon where you can see the bones inside of the shark as it's like being electrocuted. And in the process of the lightning strike, one of Smokebeard's crew is also struck by lightning and is killed instantly. So you're down 2 crew member.
Oh.
No, that's some mighty powerful magics you got there, but might need to work on the aim a bit.
Just spend a devil's luck to preserve the henchman from certain doom.
You can. I'll let that.
I spend my devil's luck to avoid collateral damage.
So the devil's luck as the lightning bolt hits the shark, and you're seeing like the shark being electrocuted, and you can see the bones. a branch of the lightning hits the crew member and just knocks him silly on his ass. Like he's just like knocked out. He's got the smoke coming off of his head. He's all wide-eyed. And he's like, "Did you say something?"
Elmer, just lay there. Be still.
Sorry, Johnny.
Aye, Captain.
Just have a seat. Take a break.
Aye, Captain.
He's got a little twitch now. Every once in a while, he kind of shakes and twitches.
Smokebeard, you're up.
He's fine.
But now he has nerve damage.
So I go over where I'm like right on top of the megalodon, and I lean over the side and I fire my double-barreled pistol.
Ooh. It hits, and for 9 damage. All right. Describe the shark being blown to smithereens.
I was aiming right down on top of his head between his eyes. When I pulled the trigger, both the balls fly out, and as they impacted and entered, they kind of started bouncing off of stuff, going all different directions. So it just builds up. The damage inside and the top of the head just blows off, hopefully shaking them all so the teeth release, and it just kind of goes belly up and then drifts into the deep slowly.
So as the shark is blown apart, there's what appears to be blood, but it's not necessarily blood. It's an unknown substance, actually. And the blood is splattered all over Sin's rags. So now Sin is covered in, let's see, what is it, Sin? We got you covered in blood and eyeballs, slimy goo, and now undead megalodon shark goo. It's just like your rags are just disgusting at this point. Your jaguar comes up to you and licks your hand, and then kind of like makes a stink face.
That's okay.
And kind of moves away from you.
Well, now we got heaps of meat if he gets hungry.
At the same time, when the shark was blown apart, one of its fins wound up landing on the deck of the ship, and there appears to be an inscription written on the fin.
Ooh,
And
goody, more things I can graft onto myself.
so Sin,
There you go.
Sin, do you want to go over and examine the fin?
Yeah, let me have a look.
Okay.
Go over, pick it up.
So as you pick up the fin and you're looking at it in the inscription, you realize that the inscription on the fin is an ancient ritual. The ancient ritual that you have learned is control weather.
Oh, goody, weather.
So you can add that to your repertoire.
That's awesome. We might be able to conjure up some wind and move faster. Or clear the clouds, right?
Maybe.
Are you gonna do your thing with like a dorsal fin, Sin?
Describe the fin.
What I actually...
Describe the fin, and if you want to
dorsal.
graft it to you, sell me on it.
I actually wanted to try and graft the eyeball I heard you flung at me to my head. My thought being, a shark can see underwater, and that would be really helpful. And my eyes aren't really in the best condition anyway.
So he flung the eyeball at you. So what I want, and you still have the fin in your hands, and as far as the eyeball goes, roll me presence on the eyeball.
Presence on the eyeball.
Yes, presence, Borg.
Oh, okay, hang on. Sorry, I was trying to edit my sheet, but I can't find it anyway. Don't worry
You're
about
good.
it. Not the one!
So unfortunately, the eyeball is not graftable.
Damn, that's fair.
Damn.
Maybe this creature is the wrong scale for grafting, too.
Yeah, maybe the eyeball's too big.
Yeah, the
Maybe all
eyeball is
bodies-
actually damaged beyond. You know,
I mean, I
like
did shoot one.
you
Maybe
could
just, like, the
you
tip
can
of
tell
the
it's an eyeball, but really it doesn't look like an eyeball anymore. It's pretty useless.
We're just like holding up different body parts to you, like, man, none of this is gonna work.
None of this is gonna work. It's all too big.
You got something in purple?
Yeah, it's
Something
like you're
in
doing
purple.
There
you're
is
doing
some.
a fit test with just like all body parts.
I'll say this though, since the shark was blown to pieces, there is purple brain matter on the deck.
Oh.
Is control weather? Do you mean weathercraft? By the way, is that the one I'm learning?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know what the name of it was. I just know its ability
I
was
just wanted to
control
double
weather.
check. I had a feeling
Yeah.
it was that one. There's probably only one.
Dynamics handbook. Good times.
For the next D4 hours, the weather obeys your commands. Change the direction and speed of the wind. Let's see. All ships get +1 to speed. And start or stop rain, fog, or thunderstorms. You're the weather maven. Damn, I love this magic.
All right, crew members, I leave it into your hands what you want to do next. The sky is still covered. You can't see any stars.
Okay, so we send time to study the inscriptions and gain the power. I sit there reloading my double barrel pistol.
May not
Yeah,
be
and I'll
duties. Alistair, do you think you'd be able to clear the skies once the captain commands it?
Well, I don't know if I have that ability, but I'm sure I can consult with the rest of the crew and see if we can work up something together. Because I don't know, Sin, like how long it takes, I guess, for you to learn your control weather stuff.
There's no like rule on it in this instance. Like she can use it right away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's me understanding that your witch's powers work better together, right? Maybe you could hold hands or something?
I think it just works better if you take more time on it.
Alistair looks dejected as he like awkwardly brings his hand back down to his waist because he was going to hold it out.
Ouch, mate.
Oh god. If it makes him feel better, he can. I don't know if he'd want to. Again, blood, viscera, drunk, contagious.
Captain, sails! Sails in the horizon!
What?
Oh, good.
Where?
Oh, we were followed.
So off the port
So-
side,
I
about
get my spyglass out and I start searching what he saw.
and as you're searching, you can see sails. They appear to be like, I'm gonna say 15 to 20 miles out. So you can just barely see the sails coming up above the horizon, but there are sails.
They're behind us?
They're off your port side.
Oh, port side.
And from what you can see, they're still far away, but they are on an intercept course.
All right.
The skies are still cloudy.
Ina, you can get this fog and throw it their direction, and we can find a star to get this sextant to send us the other direction. We need to move now so they close the gap.
Alright. Let's try and pull these clouds down to block their way, or at least make it difficult.
All right. Go ahead and Give me a spirit check.
$16.
So with a 16, you're successful. And as you conjure up your spell, the fog that is above you in the sky is now redirected to the port side of the ship to mask yourself from the sails that are coming. By doing this, you actually clear the sky to where you can now see stars, and now all the cloud cover that was above you is now in between you and the other ship.
Aha! I raise the
Nice.
sextant up in the air and starts looking around.
As you raise the sextant starts glowing blue. And depending on what star you point at, it depends on the intensity of the blue glow. Currently, you can see 5 stars above you. We'll say stars A, B, C, D, and E. Which star do you want to point at first?
The one that's on the heading we're on, whichever one is like straight off the bow.
So straight off the bow is going to be C.
All right.
And the sextant is going to glow 10%.
Okay. Now move it to D.
Moving it to D, it decreases another 5%.
All right. I'll swing it back to B.
When you swing to B, that star is glowing at 25%.
All right. So then I swing it over to A real quick.
And A, the thing is shining so bright that it's illuminating your ship with a blue glow.
All right. So I look back at the helmsman and point that away. Get that heading and take it to that star.
So your heading is going to be 90 degrees off your current course. The wind is in your favor. So as the ship changes course and starts heading due north, you notice that there's this dark patch of ocean coming ahead.
I point this out to everybody on board. Let's keep an eye on that. I keep checking the sextant, checking the helmsman.
Can we see like an edge to the darkness of the water?
Kind of. Like it just seems like a void. Like it's black. There's no light coming from it. There's no reflection of the water in it. Just seems like a black void.
Captain, these look like evil waters. Should we sail around?
Now she said we were going into a dark place.
Yeah, it's true, I guess.
Avoid it. If we follow the course, if we deviate from course, we'll be wasting time. I want to be well ahead and away from the people trying to find us now.
As we say. And I'll just kind of keep a lookout. Like just at the front of the ship, nothing in official capacity.
As you approach,
that's what I want. All eyes.
as you approach the black void, the ship starts picking up speed. Not because of wind or anything like that, but it's almost like there's a current. There's something pulling the ship into the void now. Smokebeard, at this point, You've kind of lost control of your ship. You're at the mercy of this current that's pulling you into the black void. There's no kind of maneuverability that you can do that's going to pull you out of this. Either way, you guys are going into the black void.
All right. Like, grab your stuff, tie it to you, and hang on.
The sea starts getting rougher and rougher as the ship picks up speed. There's waves crashing over the side of the ship onto the deck, kind of splashing your crew all over the place.
Are we at water skiing speed yet?
What was the question?
Are we at water skiing speed yet?
Definitely.
Anybody want a couple of planks and hop over the stern?
Alistair says, "No, I'm good," and he's currently like trying to like lash himself to the side of the, like to the railing as things get more choppy and we speed up faster and faster.
As you start entering the black void of the ocean, all the items you have collected are all now starting to glow this bluish colored glow. Bill, your mast is starting to glow. The sails that you collected are starting to glow. The bottle with the hole in it is starting to glow. And the anchor itself is starting to glow as well. As you enter the void, Smokebeard, your crew is just like tying themselves to the ship to not get blown overboard, because at this point you're traveling faster than any ship can possibly travel. Any crew members that aren't strapped down are now being like flung to the back of the ship. None of them have fallen off yet, but they're holding on for dear life.
Yeah, anybody coming to the back of the ship, I'm making sure we're getting lashed together. The helmsman's lashed at the wheel, Claude's lashed, my falling crew members that survived were lashed. The fellow that's laying on the deck, recovering from his lightning strike, gets lashed. Hang on, everybody.
His hair still sticking straight up, still smoking.
Still twitching.
He's still wide-eyed. Can't seem to hear anything.
That's okay. I give him okay fingers. Big smile. Hang on.
As you approach the center of this black void, these items that are glowing blue now all of a sudden turn into like a neon green color. Like they're super intensified. At the same time, your ship starts falling. Your ship is no longer in the ocean and is free falling through space and time. As the ship's falling, kind of imagine yourself in like this wormhole, like, you know, an interstellar where like they're traveling through the black hole and everything like that. You know, time's kind of slowing down but speeding up. But the crew, everybody is just in this free falling motion as they fall into this void. As you're falling,
Hold on to something.
yeah, describe the falling. Let's get some descriptions going real quick. Sin, let's start with you. Describe you falling through this void.
We haven't fixed the ship to be the magic ship, obviously, yet.
Well, you know that, like I said, when you reached the center of the void and the ship started falling, all these items started glowing green, and these items are kind of in free fall with you. Like, you're not necessarily holding them, they're kind of like falling with you, but they're staying with you. They're not like drifting away or anything like that. Like, everything that's with the ship is staying together, but everything is in like this free fall type of motion. Your cat's doing
No.
like the doggy paddle.
Poor kitty. All right. I think Ina's first assumption is break that bottle, get the hull out.
Okay. Bill, describe your free fall moment. What your pirate's going through at the moment? Your mast is glowing massively green, almost to the point to where you can't hold it anymore because it's so intense.
I throw it to try to get rid of it, but it just like floats. It just floats around with the other weird ship parts. And I grab onto a rope and my pet chicken, and then my eyeballs bulge out of my skull like in Total Recall.
And your chicken is just kind of floating around nonchalantly, like swimming in the water like a duck would. Just like this free fall, like, isn't phasing your chicken at all. Alistair, describe your free falling moment.
Alistair is like having the time of his life. He is laughing maniacally into the wind as they're falling and just like clutching his skull in his hand and just like shaking it above his head and just laughing. Just maniacally into the wind. That's it.
Smokebeard, what do you go? How you ride in this ride?
All right, so I after checking everybody and tethering, I turn around and see the green items floating around, and either I heard Ina heard thoughts, had the same thought. Need to get those things together and get that ship out of the bottle. So I move over, grab the bottle, kind of loop my other arm around the other parts, and hit the bottle on the deck and push the other part down to the exposed ship.
All right. As this is happening during the free fall, Smokebeard, you're able to combine all the pieces together. You're holding the bottle in your hand, and you go to break the bottle on top of the mast, and the bottle doesn't break. And you're still free falling. You don't know how much longer you're going to be free falling for. And as a last ditch effort, you go to smash the bottle on the rusted anchor, and the bottle shatters. When the bottle shatters, everybody goes blind in a green light. All of a sudden, you don't have that falling feeling anymore, but you're stuck in this green light. You can't hear anything. You can't see anything because you're blinded by the green light. Moments later, you appear in front of this. Let's see, make sure I click the right button. You're no longer free falling. You're standing on some stone, and in front of you is this massively green glowing ship.
That's awesome.
The ship's the size of a galleon.
Alistair will look around and be like, sorry, go ahead.
I just said, you scurvy dogs found the ship.
Looks like it. Although I don't know how we got here on dry land, but it was a twist of fate, that's for sure.
It's kind of like you just appeared there, you know, like one minute you're free falling through a black hole, and all of a sudden you're just here now. On the side of the ship, along the front of the bow, you can see something written on the bow. You're able to make out that the ship's name is the Maverick.
That sounds like us. Who's
All
up
of a
for an
sudden,
upgrade?
you hear a cannon fire. Alistair, roll me 1d6.
Okay. Ooh.
Ooh.
6.
Ooh. You hear this cannonball whiz over your head and impact the ground. Probably, I'm going to say 25 to 30 yards behind you. And just this big fireball of an explosion.
I think they're shooting at us.
Now, if I get everybody to switch over to the tactical map.
We be under attack. We want this ship. We're gonna have to
There's
take.
a lot.
Probably, if we need a ship to get out of here.
On this tactical map, if you scroll to the bottom left corner, you can see your crew.
This is a cool map.
We're literally on a rock.
Yeah.
The cannonball you heard. Let's see, make sure I got this. The cannonball you heard came from one of 3 Morrow cannons. These cannons are like normal cannons, but they're also sentient. They're undead. They can move. They don't require a crew to shoot.
Well, that's cheating.
Very, very deadly. That first one was a warning shot. You start hearing a voice coming from the I believe it's called the forecastle of the ship. And there's a ghost captain named Captain Peterson. And he's a ghost captain. And he yells out to you, "Who's the swabby who waking us from our sleep?"
We're sitting here.
Alistair just points at the chicken.
Cluck, 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 cluck.
So as Alistair points towards the chicken, the middle cannon, Bane of Barbados, takes aim at the chicken.
Oh no.
Yikes. Get off the rock.
And
Yeah.
and it takes aim at the chicken. Bill, the doctor, I need you to roll defense on your chicken.
Oh no, what have I done?
I'm gonna clutch the chicken close to my chest and try to protect it as best I can.
I still need you to roll a defense, an agility check.
Cannon has fired. Yeah,
Okay.
clutch and jump.
Roll it on the. Oh gosh, is it working? Man,
No.
roll on the dice spot, but I fail. Oh god,
The 7.
what's gonna happen to our? I rolled a 7. What's gonna happen to our poor chicken?
You rolled
They might. This cannon might get cursed by the chicken's curse, though.
So, as you reach over to pick up your chicken, you hear the cannon fire. The cannon, let's see here. See, I'm looking at the thing. Let's see here. So, okay, 1d12.
Can I? I feel bad. Can I do a devil's luck for a reroll for Bill?
Unfortunately, the devil's
gonna
luck I
happen.
don't think is gonna save Bill's chicken.
It's gonna
Okay.
it's gonna be great great motivation for me to go berserk on them.
The cannon fires and hits Bill's chicken for 8 damage. It just
No.
leaves a pile of feathers on the ground.
But it's 8 nautical damage, right? Because it's a cannon.
These are sentient cannons, so it's not firing on the ship.
Oh, it's personnel scale 8 damage. Okay.
Your chicken's gone.
These are less
No.
scary, but still going to fuck us up. I'm going to cry out, "No, my chicken! A plague of both your houses! Be ye cursed forever by the curse of chickens!"
As the chickens just annihilated, the ghost Captain Peterson on the deck starts laughing at you. And with that, we're gonna roll initiative. So, Smokebeard, roll me a d6, 1 through 3. The pirates, the bad guys open fire. 4 through 6. The good pirates, the good guys, start. Okay, so the pirate crew gets to start first.
We're the misfit.
Smokebeard, you're up.
All right, so I can see this captain.
You can see the captain, yes.
Okay. He's on the aft deck.
Yeah, the aft deck, the aft castle, or whatever they call it.
I was looking at the forward and said, those are crew. Okay, here he is. All right, ghost captain. Since he's elevated this situation so quickly, I'm going to train my musket on him and fire.
$16 attack. That is a hit. Describe you taking your shot.
But like I said, all this action going on, he's the instigator that killed the chicken. I don't care if those cannons are sentient or not. They're under his command. And so I'm taking out commanders. I spun around and aimed right at his nose.
Right at his nose. All right. Let's see here. Let me get to the ghost captain. Ghost captain. Okay. So the captain takes your shot, and you actually blow away a section of his ribs. And he kind of chuckles at you. Let's see here. Hang on. I'm doing maths. You did some. So he's laughing at you. Bill, you're up next.
I'm gonna try and call the chicken's curse on him.
Chicken's curse?
So I'm gonna try and do a spirit check, but I fail. So the chickens are only gonna go after the sentient cannons. Although the sentient cannon, I guess, can make its own decisions.
It can.
So I try to get the hundreds of foul that go after the cannon to also go after the boss, but it doesn't work.
Sin, It's your turn.
Tell them chickens to spike their beaks and then cannons. Plug up their muzzles.
My turn. I haven't reloaded my gun. How far away are they?
Well, you have the voyage to reload.
They're definitely in range of a ranged weapon. If you were to board the ship, you would have to like swing over on rigging or anything like that. Like, you know, there's plenty of like lines everywhere. You know, and that would put you on the ship, but you are in black powder range.
Are we still on our ship? I thought we opened that.
No, matter of fact, Smokebeard's ship is nowhere to be found. Like, you were falling through
thought not.
space-time and continuum, and
Yeah, that's what I thought.
and
I
you
thought we
all
were
just
still
wound
on
up
the ship,
here.
Next
mate.
to this ship.
That's okay.
We've been challenged and we're attacking this ship. Gonna claim it for ourselves. Nothing can go
Very
wrong, man.
well. Nothing can go wrong. These are sentient weapons too. Okay. Why not? Why not? I'll try and swing over. Maybe I can bait these weapons into shooting their own team.
Okay. Let's see. So give me an agility check to see if you can make it over onto the deck.
No, I can't. I haven't rolled my devil's luck, so I don't even know how much I have.
As far as like this session goes, like everybody, I know we didn't roll devil's luck, but whatever your maximum devil luck would have been, you can have for this session. So
Okay, so I'll stop that. I get 2 devil's luck then, and I'm immediately going to put that to a 1 for a re-roll that I'm probably going to fail. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no, it doesn't want me to go over there.
Sin, you go to swing on one of the ropes, and you swing over, and you swing right back to where you were. You weren't able to make it quite far enough over to let go and hop on the ship, so you're right back where you were.
Oh
Alistair, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I think what I want to do is cast spiritual ward on myself
Okay.
to get minus D4 protection. So I'll start off doing that. Hey,
Nice.
cool. So that works, I guess. So how do I track that, or do I just add that or subtract that for?
Is there like a certain amount of rounds that last for, or?
It says it lasts for D2 days.
D2 days. Okay, so roll a D2.
Okay. For 1 day.
Okay, for 1 day. Does that count as an action? Or can you cast that?
So, okay. Because it's a spell.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So, and what's that? Minus DR4 or DR4?
Yep.
Is that like armor or?
It says one creature gains minus D4 protection for D2 days.
Okay. All right. So whenever we roll damage on you, you'll roll a D4 and
then subtract that.
Yeah, from the damage.
Okay, cool.
All right. Smokebeard.
I'm gonna try to make it up to that half deck.
The aft deck where
I
the
didn't do a move either. Sorry. Can I do that? Try
yeah,
and do that.
that's
too?
fine. That's fine. Go ahead.
I don't see the grid where we're at, so.
We're just doing like far or near. So
Okay.
from where you're at, you can either
I would
move.
probably try and get up to like to the edge of the boat or something.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay, sorry, you guys can go.
I'm just writing down the initiative. Okay. All right. So now we got another round. Everyone's made a move, right? We started the round with you, Smokebeard. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this Marl mortar is looking at Smokebeard. Smokebeard, roll me defense.
Does this thing change order? Keep losing. That. There it is. Okay. And rolling defense.
20. All
Nice.
right. You're able to stop an attack from the mortar. The mortar went to fire at you, but his aim's off. So the cannonball it fires just goes over your head and just disappears, doesn't explode or anything like that.
And so do we have movement too?
Yeah, you can take an action and you can do movement.
Okay, so I'm gonna join Alistair down here.
Okay.
Preparing to climb up the ship rope.
Next up is Bane of Barbados. The Bane of Barbados is the cannon that took out Bill's chicken. So now the cannon's looking right at Bill. Bill, roll some defense.
And run.
No, much again.
What was the chicken's name again? Was it Nugget?
Yeah, we superstitiously just named it Nugget.
Okay.
Let me see if I can just get a salty parrot to bot to. Ah, damn. No. Sorry, I'm AFK right now. Usually this will work. Roll. Hey! Dirty. I got a natural 20, so I critted it.
Credit it. Okay.
Nice.
Well, that's the defense. So that was defense. So I don't remember. I don't think I've ever had a crit on defense before.
Riposte. I get a free attack.
Okay. All right. Describe.
No, I'm just throwing insults.
You're just throwing insults?
I throw an insult at the boss. He has to defend himself or take D2 damage.
So describe your insult to the ghost captain.
Hands off my chicken.
And the ghost captain looks at you. Wakey, wakey, hands off Snakey.
Is that from My Name is Earl?
I think so.
I love that.
I haven't watched that show in so long. Not a show I should have been watching growing up, but you know.
So I got a dirty 13 to hit. What I think is, does his armor block the insults from damage? Insult damage?
No, I'm gonna say because he's a ghost and you're insulting him, That's probably the last thing that bothers him at this point. So he's just kind of dishing it back at you.
I get him for 2.
Yeah, you get him for 2.
In the new DM screen, they say that there's unarmed / insults is a D2 damage. So in a Shakespearean fashion, I'm going to insult him.
Nice. All right, next is the Morrow Carnade's turn. And this particular sentient cannon notices Alistair and Smokebeard down at the bottom of the ship. And he's going to take a shot at Smokebeard. Smokebeard's the closest one to him.
Shoot straight down.
Oh, he's sentient. He can figure it out. All right, so instead of shooting straight down, the Marrow Camarade, however you say that, is going to take a movement, and he's going to fall off of the deck onto the ground.
And that him.
So now he's on the same level as you guys.
Holy crap. Can I run?
Smokebeard, roll
Don't
defense.
Run, wrestle it, make it shoot its own ship.
Yeah. Okay. Defense. Be good to me.
Ooh.
Oof.
Oof. Damn.
All right, so he's gonna roll D8 damage. Where's my D8? D8, there it is. Smokebeard, you're gonna take 4 damage. Do you have any armor?
I have the hide armor.
The hide armor, what is that? Minus D2? All right, so roll a D2 to mitigate.
Alright. Give it to me all.
All right, so you take 2 points of damage.
Alright.
Not so bad.
Yeah, that's I'm good with that.
All right, we're at the top of the round now. Let's see here. Top of the round, Smokebeard, you're up. Now you can take an action and a movement.
Well, I wanna climb a rope and get up here on these barrels.
Okay. All right. Roll me an agility check. Okay. You're able to make it on top of the barrels.
Okay. When I get up here, I'm going to pull out my double barrel pistol and fire again at the captain.
Okay. And that is a hit.
Yes. I'm glad I found that in that street fight.
So describe your shot to the captain. This is a fatal hit for the captain.
Well, I aim it.
Oh wow.
I'm sure he's got a lot of holes in his skeleton appearance, but where the musket went through, busting ribs and things, that's where I'm aiming. I put the 2 balls in the same hole and let them rattle around inside the captain.
As you take your shot at the captain takes the hit and turns into a pile of bones on the deck. And he's a ghost captain, so these are ghostly bones. You know, they got like this like aura to them. After you do that and the captain turns to bones, all of a sudden the captain reanimates again and forms himself and starts laughing at you. In the process, he has a ghost monkey that comes down from the mast and jumps on his shoulder, and the monkey's laughing at you too. And the captain yells out at you, "You mere mortals don't know what you're dealing with. This is the ship of the Maverick, the ship of the dead. You can't kill us. You are unaware of the power that you've just released into the Dark Caribbean." All of a sudden, the captain starts waving his hand, and as he's waving his hand, this like green stream of like smoke's coming around him, and he's got that cackle, that pirate cackle going on. He's like, "I'm about to show the Dark Caribbean what real power is. I'm gonna show the Dark Caribbean how dark I can be." All of a sudden, he snaps his fingers. Everybody disappears. And all of a sudden, you wind up underwater.
Oh,
Oh, bear with me. I'm trying to find it.
you're good. I should have taken that damn fin.
Yeah. Well, this is not good.
This is it, I think. So all of a sudden, you find everybody in the crew finds themselves underwater, and you feel like you're suffocating, but you're not actually. You just happen to be underwater. Everybody go ahead and switch over to this tactical map. And let's see, this one I meant to finish setting up at work. It's mostly set up. I just need to drop the characters onto the map. So let me drop you guys here on the map. I'm so used to Foundry just dragging and dropping, but I can't do that here in Alchemy. All right, let's see. Anybody else I'm forgetting? Oh, it shows Bill's character offline, but that's all right.
Okay.
No, you're good. So you find yourself underwater, and everybody's just kind of like floating where they're at. They're like, "What is going on here?" And you can still hear the captain, the ghost captain, Captain Peterson's voice. And he's telling you, "I'm about to unleash the power of the Dark Caribbean, the power of the Maverick. I'm gonna sail from port to port, and nothing will survive in my path. And for you measly little pirates, I'm gonna leave you to my pet." And as you're underwater, all of a sudden, you see the Leviathan appear in front of you.
No.
No.
The Leviathan is so big, it's just incomprehensible on how big this thing is compared to you. This thing could swallow the ship of a line in one gulp. Just this massive beast. The teeth on this thing are huge. Just the scariest thing you've seen in your life. Alistair, describe to me what you see how the Leviathan appears to you.
Well, it's pure nightmare fuel. uh, from the darkness, he just slowly emerges out of the shadows and I guess in front of us. And does it have like a lamprey light on the front of it?
It does, and it's a green glowing skull, just like one of your heads.
Oh no. That looks familiar, but that's terrifying. So yeah, the light shines out of the darkness, and we see that first, and it just eerily drifting back and forth in the water before the Leviathan emerges from the shadows of the deep.
Sin, describe the Leviathan.
That scared me.
You're up, Sin. Describe how you interpret the Leviathan.
It's so huge and like big. It's as if the seafloor itself is moving around you.
Smokebeard.
It's like
All right, keep going, Sin. You're good.
Oh no, you're fine.
The Leviathan's just massive. Like Sin's character sees it as just like it might as well be the ocean floor. This thing is so massive and so big. Smokebeard.
These are like twice the size of people. Like it's crazy.
Like I said, the Leviathan could swallow a ship of the line in one gulp. Smokebeard, describe the Leviathan.
It's this is something he's never seen, and he's just standing there in awe that his mind is like, can I talk to it? Can I write it? Will he go after the ship that dumped us here? Trying to find a way out of this mess, but not even contemplating a weapon on this thing.
Very good. Bill, what do you see? What does this beast look like to you?
Looks like a sort of like a dune sandworm.
Like a what?
Like a sandworm from Dune.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And my character falls to his knees and then starts reciting, "Bless the Maker and his water, bless the coming and going of him."
While you are all in the presence of a Leviathan, Captain Peterson and the Maverick have already raided Black Coral Bay and have left Black Coral Bay decimated, completely leveled, nothing left. You can see where structures maybe once stood, but everything's gone. Black Coral Bay is just completely annihilated. Captain Peterson and the Maverick call forces with the other undead ships at sea. And in one massive naval battle, Captain Peterson and the Maverick and his naval fleet are just annihilating Tortuga, Havana, the West Indies. Just massive destruction going on across the whole dark Caribbean. The power that's been unleashed from the ship in the bottle was a power that was once tucked away because Captain Peterson was known to be too dangerous, and the group that worships the old one had banished him to this bottle, and now he's set free and he's just totally destroying the dark Caribbean. Life as you know it in the dark Caribbean is ending.
Should we join him or try to stop him? It's both weird.
Somebody, I want you to enchant this Leviathan and let's go after him. Let this thing eat him and his ship.
It's too big for me to fuse with.
That would be hilarious.
Someone to crack it to stop it or something?
If I could fuse with this thing, I want to be like Scylla, bro. But it's way
I would
too
be
big. I
surprised if
cannot fuse with that.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we would even survive an encounter with this Leviathan.
Oh, is it attacking all of these places simultaneously because it's like beyond time and space?
Well, kind of. Like what happened is Captain Peterson summoned you into the ocean, into the lair of his pet. The Leviathan is his pet. While you guys are preoccupied with the Leviathan, Captain Peterson and his crew and his entire naval fleet of undead ships are just destroying the Dark Caribbean. Like for payback for locking them away in that bottle for so long. Like I said, Black Coral Bay is annihilated.
Are we watching this from like a Tesseract space, or is this just like from like audience fourth wall's perspective?
I guess kind of like from fourth wall, like an audience perspective. Like with you guys dealing with the Leviathan, you don't really realize what's happening in the Dark Caribbean, but that is what's happening.
Our crew is battling Leviathan, but we're still beyond time and space.
Yeah. Like you're in the Leviathan's lair with the Leviathan. Like basically Captain Peterson left the Leviathan to babysit y'all while he went out and started destroying the Dark Caribbean.
We're underwater, right?
Yes, you're underwater.
We're holding our breath right now.
Nope, you're underwater and somehow magically you're not suffocating. You're just
medical space.
Yeah. You're just there. Like you could swim away, but there's nowhere to swim to. You're just like you're just massively in shock at the size of this beast. For this round, each one of you are gonna do an attack. Alistair, you're gonna go first.
Okay. I'll just do my deadhead.
Deadhead? Okay.
Yep.
So your deadhead's still around, so you just have to attack, I think? Or do you have to resummon it again?
I'm trying to remember. I used it and it hit last time, so then I would need to like resummon it.
Yep.
But I got a 9, so that doesn't work.
Okay. So you go to summon your deadhead and your magic's just not working.
Wait, I'll use a devil's luck and I'll try and resummon it again, actually.
Okay.
11. Nope, just missed it.
All right. Your magic seems not to work in this place. Sin, you're next. What would you like to try and do to the Leviathan?
Has it made any move toward us at all?
It's sitting there with its mouth kind of pulsing, like opening and closing. Kind of like resembling like maybe it's breathing. And it's got that lamp thing coming out of its forehead with a green glowing skull on the end of it.
My immediate thought is, like, maybe it's sentient and it can be reasoned with, quotation mark.
Okay.
And we can climb on board and go attack the ship with the Leviathan.
Well, just think, its master, quotation mark, had kept it trapped.
Yeah. So we're gonna free it. We're gonna explain how bad he is. So we're gonna try to entice him to.
Sorry, ignore that. Because, like, what's the point in being a giant creature and eating the world? You'll just starve to death on the ocean if you let that happen.
Okay, so you want to try and persuade the Leviathan? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I want to try and persuade it to think
So,
rationally about a creature that has kept it imprisoned in this space for so long.
gotcha.
I will.
That's where Smokebeard's mind is. Can we tag team the Leviathan with this?
Yeah, I assist.
Okay,
My
all right.
worship is with you.
So
It's a
all
team effort.
three, all four of you, roll a spirit check.
Oh, I only got a 7. I should luck this. I should totally luck this. I'm lucking it. If I fumble. Oh my god, I got a 7 again. I hate it here, bro.
Yeah.
It's not meant to
Hey,
be.
you can have my devil's luck roll again.
I got a 22.
I can't even see.
Bill's
mine.
the only
I'm
one.
lagging.
Not Bill.
I got a 20, a dirty 20.
Yeah.
Then if you want to
bro,
roll again, go
Bill and
ahead.
Alice. If I get another 7, it's over. It's Jova.
Hey, that's better. 16.
It's 16. She's too drunk for this.
Okay. So
I don't know what I got. My log is scrolling really bad.
I think you look like you rolled a
22.
10.
All right.
Oh, wait.
I'm good with animals.
Well, all right. So let's see here. Alistair, okay, you rolled, that's a 9 from when you tried to do your deadhead, then you got an 11. Or no, dirty 20. Okay, I see it.
Yeah, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Smokebeard got a 10. Emily got a 16. And Bill, do you got like a dice or something you can roll right next to you, or?
Oh, I used the dice roller on the app or on the Discord, and I get a 22, 19 plus 3.
22.
Yep.
All right. So half and half. So the Leviathan senses that you're trying to communicate with it. The Leviathan is under the mind control of Captain Peterson and the Maverick, but it is taking a moment to hear what you have to say on how you're going to convince why he should gobble all four of you up right now.
It would be a far less substantial meal than if you ate your actual mind-controlled slave robot.
Yeah. I throw half of my bouquin smoked meat at 6 pieces into his mouth and say, chew on that while you think about what we're saying.
Okay. Let's see here. So as the meat flies into the Leviathan's mouth, the meat is so tiny, it would basically be like a salt grain compared to the size.
I'm hoping flavor burst out of it. He gets flavor, not so much as a meal out of it.
And let's say one of those pieces of meat that you threw into its mouth got stuck in one of its teeth, and it can taste the flavor of it. And it's never been able to taste anything like this at once. So the Leviathan's not necessarily standing down, but the Leviathan is just kind of experiencing the flavor of Smokebeard's smoky meats for the first time in its life.
So while he's doing that, look at everybody else. Like, try to talk to him now while he's in a happy place.
All right, let's see here. I wasn't expecting this, so I'm kind of like adjusting a little bit.
I have been there how many times in my life? You just throw your notebook over your shoulder.
Oh, I hear you. I think I've come up with something though that's gonna fix this real quick. All right. So while the Leviathan's enjoying that tasty morsel, what's happening, Smokebeard? What are you trying to do?
I ask everybody else to keep talking to him while he's having this pleasure moment to give him your sales pitch again.
So while this happens, all of a sudden out of nowhere, Captain Peterson shows up. And he's swinging a chain. And he's like, enough of this. And cracks his chain at the Leviathan. And as he cracks his chain to the Leviathan engulfs all the pirates.
Oh, I did.
Including
No.
Hey,
Totally not
hey,
inevitable.
one
future.
bite. We weren't mulched. We weren't technically mulched, guys. Submarine.
Yes, true.
And in one bite, all the pirates are swallowed by the Leviathan.
Okay.
As Captain Peterson's crackling like, at that moment, the Dark Caribbean starts falling apart. It's just decimated. There's nothing left.
We've done good.
Crew members,
Yep.
all of a sudden, you find yourself strapped to these rocks that are chained to the ocean floor. Like, it's almost like these rocks are floating, and you appear to be chained to these rocks.
Huh.
Oh my god. What a familiar sight.
All of a sudden, you find yourself in the locker.
Mm.
But of course.
And with that, I'm gonna end this short campaign. The crew's not gone forever. You're in the locker now. So, if you all want to continue these characters in any form, way, or fashion, you need to start in the locker and continue on from the locker once Down Among the Dead is released.
What a familiar location to end up.
I've been there before.
I know we've used this in the past, but you know, with Luke pushing the Kickstarter and Down Among the Dead, I just thought this would be like a really fun way to end it. And
Yeah.
that way, you know, your pirates, like, you know, like Smokebeard, like, I know you got a lot of time in your character, and you know, all the characters here have lots of neat features and stuff like that. So if you ever choose to restore these characters again, you can start in the locker and try and escape the locker.
Awesome.
That's cool. Thanks, man. This was fun.
All right. Yeah, I mean,
Down Among the Dead comes out.
it was a little short campaign, but I figured it was I hope it was entertaining. You know, I hope you guys had a good time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Coagulant, mostly fun. Going to have to rewrite the entire class to do what I thought it was, though.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I like the suture needle, though. That's pretty sick.
Welcome, drowned souls and shipwrecked mariners, to the locker. The lost meander here, The chains that bound them to the corporeal world rust and crumble as they sink deeper and deeper into the void. Perhaps there is a chance for you. Perhaps you will escape the endless waters of purgatory and return to the realm of the living. Perhaps you might reclaim the feeble carnal existence you once loathed. Or perhaps, more likely, you are now one of the many, down among the dead. Pirate Borg, down among the dead.